We are all muted out, and the only ones that should be able to talk right now are myself and Ben Dixon. Ben, if you're there, give me a thumbs up or a hello.
I'm here. How's the audio tonight, Bill? Are we loud and clear?
We are loud and clear. So, folks, one last time. Tonight is the AlkaViva Global Training Call / webinar. And if you are not looking at your computer on screen and you do not see what we have, you need to go to join.me/AlkaViva. Join.me/AlkaViva. Run everything there, see what's going on, and you'll be able to watch as Ben goes through everything and shares this incredible information. And before we get started, I just want to say that I want to give a special thanks out to Ben and his team, Steve at Naxum, that's worked tirelessly the past couple months with us. A big shout out to Marissa Morningstar. She has spent countless hours and hours and hours, along with Abby at corporate, on working with me as well to put this stuff together. And I believe, honestly, that what we are going to show you here is the start of probably the most powerful internet marketing back office that you'll ever seen. And this is just an incredible system with the things that Ben's going to share. And I'm not going to take away his thunder. I'm going to let you guys listen and see for yourself. But this is something that's very special because we've been working a long time at this. We have been really laboring, if you will, to get this right. And this is the start. And there will be additional portions to this. We'll be upgrading this. We'll be adding new things to it as it goes. But this is a lot of juice, a lot of power right now that you're going to experience in the next 30 minutes with Ben. And before I turn it over to Ben, I want to basically tell everybody that, number one, it'll be available in your back office. We'll send an email out. You'll know where to find it. It'll probably be in the new tabs on the right of your back office. And when it comes out, you need to watch it several times. And I'm not kidding, several times, so you can look at it, go into your back office, follow along with what's on the webinar, and learn how to use this system. I've been playing with it for the better part of 2.5, 3 weeks, and it's pretty easy to understand. That means if I can do it, pretty much anybody can do it, and there's a lot to it, and it's very powerful. I'm getting great results from it because I've tested it for the last 2 weeks. So the other thing I want to remind everybody of is I'm going to be doing some specific training that once Ben shows us how to use this, I'm going to go through the basic steps of, sourcing prospects with this system and the 3-foot rule, how to invite people, what to do, some very simple duplicatable things that this back office system is all you're going to need. And that really is it, other than maybe a DVD or so. So with that, last reminder, tomorrow night is our AlkaViva Tech Talk Advantage series. Everybody should be on that call as well with myself, Joe Stump. Going to have Gavin Dickinson on there and Mike Petrucelli. So another great tech talk call tomorrow night. So with that, I want to bring Ben Dixon out. I've met Ben several months ago, and Ben is a lot of people met him in Dallas. He's a young guy, but he's a brilliant guy. Ben knows this industry inside and out. He has been a top producer, a top income earner in the direct selling network marketing arena. He knows it intimately, and from the technical side, he's brilliant with what he brings to the table with Naxum, with online internet marketing, and everything that he's going to show you tonight. So without any further ado, Ben, I'm going to turn it over to you, my friend.
Bill, thank you so much for that awesome introduction. It's an absolute pleasure and honor to be here with you this evening on this call. I just want to give a quick shout-out to Bill and Marissa for the last few months, because Bill and Marissa have come together and brainstormed and masterminded and really worked with our team to build a system where it can be exactly what Bill just shared with you. Everything you need to be successful in AlkaViva. You don't have to go outside of the system to be successful in your business. You literally just have to follow the steps that we're going to lay before you this evening, and you will get results. I was just absolutely amazed. We were have been working on a lot of pieces of the system together, and the marketing system specifically, and Bill was doing a couple campaigns the last few weeks. He was sharing with me some of his results. And it's excellent because if Bill can go out and follow a few quick short steps and get 5 people, 10 people, actually had over 20 people had answered an ad from a banner ad Bill had placed with the system. You know, if Bill can do that, anyone here on the line, you can do that stuff. And so it's absolutely incredible to come together tonight and really get this information. Now, the topic of tonight's training and what we're going to go over in the next 25 minutes is simply a day in the life of an AlkaViva distributor. I'm going to give you just a brief background on the system and why we created it the way we did. And then we're going to go on live, and you're going to look over my shoulder as I do the things that you would do daily to build the business. And that's what we're going to do. So before we go ahead and get to the part where you look over my shoulder and see how I build the business, I want to give you a little bit of a background on the way we've been thinking here on the team. You know, when we look at AlkaViva, when we look at our opportunity, and we've been really coming together and thinking about the brand new person. And this is really important because there's a lot of people in your life who may be customers of yours, who may have bought a machine, who absolutely love and adore the AlkaViva products, have had an amazing experience with them. And some of those people have looked at our opportunity to be a dealer, and some of them have said, well, I'm not wired that way, or, well, I don't have the skill set to do that, or, well, I don't know if I'm a salesperson, right? They've said these things in their life. And so we really broke it down, and we said, well, what does it take to actually build a team in AlkaViva? What does it take to actually earn an income here? And we came down to 4 components. And we said, what if we could put together a system where anybody, no matter who they were, could come in, follow these steps, and could get real results? And that's where we started from. We talked with Bill and we talked with Marissa, and we said, what would it look like? What would it be in people like Gavin and Tim and these leaders? And that's what we've done here. So what you're going to see tonight, so you know, here inside of the session, here I'll just make sure that the recording right here is started as it is rolling as you had asked, Bill. Perfect. Is what you're going to see here this evening is you're going to see a system that's been created that's going to make that a possibility for those people in your life. So what you're going to see tonight, many of you, as you take these notes, the reason Bill wanted you to pay attention so much is what you're going to see tonight is so powerful that you're going to be able to go back to the people in your life who have been customers, whether it's with AlkaViva or the prior company, or the people who have used these products. And you're going to be able to say, hey, you know what? That opportunity is so simple to do now. You know, at AlkaViva, we provide a system for everybody. This is the tools I'm going to show you tonight at no additional cost in your yearly subscription to AlkaViva that you're already in, at no additional cost, all the tools you require to be successful to build your business. And so tonight we're going to talk about that, and you're going to see that tonight, and exactly the simple things you do every day to build your business. And when you see it, a light bulb is going to go on in your mind. You're going to say, oh my gosh, I got it, because you'll realize exactly how easy this is for anybody to do it. You see, what we've realized is that to build a successful business, one thing that you have to do is you have to connect with others. And you have to be able to connect with others and invite them to take a look. Now, not everyone is a powerful connector, but we've said, how could we put systems in place to make it easy to connect with others? We're going to talk about that tonight. You also have to be great at sharing the AlkaViva story to be successful in this business. Someone's got to hear the story about what's possible, ultra water, what can happen in their life. It's a powerful story. And we realize not everybody's a professional salesperson and the best public speaker, so we put together an incredible system to share the story. And then we took a look at closing, and we said, well, how can we help people close business? How can we help them so that after they share the story with someone through our system, how can we help them close business? And we said, what about the new people that join your team? Not everybody on our team are great trainers, right? Not everybody on our team is proficient at doing that. How can we help them help their new people so that even they can be successful? And those were the pieces we talked about and discussed to create what we call the AlkaViva way. And I'm gonna walk you through that tonight. We're going to walk through pieces like connecting with Done For You social media. I'm going to show you the truth about a water.org blog and how you can do passive promotions on your Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn accounts, or Google+, and invite your friends and followers to just read great content that you didn't have to write, but was provided to you by the system that will send people to your site. I'm going to spend tonight and show you your site and how the AlkaViva story is set up for you so that when you share it with others, not only will they get a very powerful ebook created by Marissa and the team, but you'll get notified with a text message and an email when your prospects actually go to your website and go through the video. So you'll know right away which people were serious and which people were the looky leaves. So you'll be able to spend time with the people who really want something powerful in their life. We're going to talk about how we close as a team tonight. We're going to talk about how we take people to the next step after they've gone through the story and learn more about AlkaViva. We're also going to spend time tonight talking about how to duplicate your success and what do you do with a new person that joins your team out of the process. And so with that, we're going to get into the system live because the information we have tonight is best seen live. And I'm going to go ahead. The system is being recorded. We are all good. And what you're going to see right here is your back office of your myAlkaViva system. If you haven't been in here yet, you deserve to come in here. And the first thing I'd encourage you to do is go ahead and go through the Getting Started training module. I've outlined these daily tasks for you in a number of short videos that walk you through exactly what you need to do to build the business. You can go right here, and there's 8 short videos you can see that we've already recorded. They're live right now, that you can go to and access and learn this information. Tonight we're going to be giving you some additional tips to these videos. And the second thing I would like to encourage everyone to do before we start actually using the system and building it is to plug in your cell phone, okay? Something that's incredibly important to understand is that this business, even with all the technology we're going to talk about tonight and all the things we work to create, is still a business for people, okay? People buy our products. People hear the story. People are who we serve here at AlkaViva, right? And so it's important to have a relationship. And tonight I'll show you how to use a contact manager and the things to do to have a relationship. Before we get started, I want to make sure everybody's gone to personal information inside of their system and has added their mobile number for text updates. Okay, I just want you to write that in your notes. Go to Account, Personal Information, and tonight after the session, or if you're watching the recording, right now after the recording, go to Personal Information, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and right here under My Text Updates, I want you to go ahead and plug in your mobile number. Don't put in any dashes or dots or spaces. Put in your number straight away and select your cell phone carrier. When you do this, the system is going to be able to notify you via text message when your prospects go to your AlkaViva story website. And this is powerful because you can get that text message right on your mobile phone. You can follow up right away, build the business. And it's absolutely incredible to be able to know in real time who's on your website right now. So you can spend time with the people who are serious instead of the ones that are just curious. That's my first word to you for setting up your account. Another thing I'll encourage you to do as you're going through the Getting Started training is to add your own picture. If there's a little box here and no picture of yourself, click right here. And you'll be able to upload a picture from your own computer. And a picture will personalize your system for you and for your prospect. And that's enough said on setting up your system. The rest has been done for you. Okay? What we want to encourage you to do now is to understand that there's 2 types of promotion you can do every day. I want you to write this down. There's passive activities you can do every day, and there's active activities you can do every day. So both passive and active. We're going to talk about both of these things. So to connect with people, there's passive things you can do and active things. So if we were going to create a list, some passive things you could do are things like simply sharing a link on social media, right? Sharing done-for-you content inside of the system, or sharing a banner ad. I'm going to show you the 2 passive items we have inside of the system today. An active thing you can do to promote your business on a daily basis, connect with people, is to get on the phone, right? And to go meet with people. Those are the active things you can do every day, is active things that require time and energy, right? And passive things that you do just in a few short minutes each day, and you're ready to move on with your day. So let's talk about the first passive thing you can do every day to build your business. It only takes about 3 minutes. I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. You're going to go right here to social media, and you just click right here. Okay, I do this every day to build my business. Now what's important is when you're on Facebook or Twitter or Google Plus or LinkedIn, I know many of you are on some of these social networks or all of them. It doesn't matter. I know many of you are on Facebook, okay? It's important that we don't spam our family and friends. Like, none of us are here to throw up on them with our business and come at it from that angle. We wanted to educate and create curiosity with our family and friends and other people in our lives to invite them to learn more about AlkaViva. I mean, the water inside of Ultra Water truly does change people's lives. And it really is a lot about ignorance. You know, before I learned about this type of technology, I was just ignorant, right, of what was possible. I didn't even know. And what's so powerful here inside of this system is you don't need to be the water expert or a doctor or have a PhD to be successful. All you have to do is share our content. We have people like Marissa and Bill, and I can just go on, this huge list of lovely, amazing human beings at corporate who know this stuff, love this stuff, and get it. And they put together all the content for you on this blog called thetruthAboutWater.org. And on this blog, there's different articles. I'm going to go ahead and open up The Truth About Water today. I'm going to open this up in a new tab. I'm going to show you this article. You'll see when you click on it, it pops up and says, do you really know the truth about water today? You should know this. Quality of water is regulated by Maine law, the Safe Drinking Act. And then there's a video right here, right? Now you'll notice all around this video is a bunch of banner ads. You have a choice. What are your children drinking? See the video, right? The truth about water. What's in your water? Click here to see the video that shares it all. You get to the bottom. What's in your water? See the video that shares it all. There's these ads. Now, if you share these articles on Facebook, or you share these in the social media, these are coded to you. I'm going to show you this. It's very important. You see how the link that you have in your back office is connected to you. Mine says Ben, because my name is Ben. Yours has your own site name after the link. You don't have to do anything special. It's already here. But if you share this on Facebook, if you share it on Twitter or Google Plus or LinkedIn, what happens is when your friends and family members click on that article to read it, what happens is they're here on the page. If they click on a banner to see more, it's going to take them to your AlkaViva story website. You'll see it went to Ben.AlkaViva story because they came through my coded link. That's what's so incredible here inside of the system is you can simply share content we've already created for you. And all you have to do is log into your system and click share on Facebook. Pick the article you want and click share. You don't have to be a doctor or an expert or anything. You can click right here. There's these beautiful pictures you can choose. So this one I love pulling up this one. It looks great. You have a choice. See the video. It says the truth about water today. And I say, wow, I'd say insightful article, right? Or incredible or great read. I didn't know that about water, ... That's all you do. I'm just sharing an article on Facebook with my friends and family, right? A lot of you have anywhere from 200 to 300 Facebook friends right now. And you don't have to write great content or learn how to blog or any of those things to be successful here. The system has already done it for you. You just simply can click and share these articles, and they'll be sent to your website when you click share. Now, the second part of passive promotion here inside of the system is banner ads. Now, some of you like to use tools like Craigslist and Backpage and all sorts of these free classified online ads websites, and many of them work. And what we've done to assist you with them is we've added a whole resource for you of banners here inside of the system. So you're able to use the banners inside of the platform to build your business. You'll see right here under System Updates, there's new marketing banners right here. You can click right here. You'll see there's a number of banners you can choose from here inside of the system to build your business. So if you're writing an ad on Craigslist or on Backpage or any of these free ad posting sites, right, you can always just copy this code. It's already done for you. It has the banner ad linked up. It has the link to your website linked up. You can simply copy this and paste it into the ad after you've written your ad. And these banners will be here. When people click on it, they'll get sent to your website right here inside of the system. So very, very powerful piece. And we have step-by-step training on that in the training videos here inside of the system. So if you say, well, hey, can you help me with that type of thing, you can view that here in the extra training videos. That's what passive promotion is. The second part of your business is active promotion. Things you want to do every day to build your business are things you do that are active promotion. You know, I always pare down active promotion to getting on the phone. You know, I love the phone. I believe that we're able to create relationships and ask great questions and connect with people over the phone. And the phone is an incredible resource. And so what I love to do is I have to call the people that have answered my ads or call the people that I'm connecting with and invite them to take a look at my AlkaViva story website. Now, we all have our very own AlkaViva story website that's replicated and connected to us. And when we send people here, they're able to see the videos about AlkaViva. They're able to learn what Ultra Water is all about. They're able to discover what's possible with this opportunity in their life. It's an incredible tour of our business. It's literally like a guided tour. If you're someone who says, I'm not a great salesperson, or I don't know how to tell a story that well, or I'm not good at giving presentations, that's okay. This site is Bill and Marissa and Jay and the team doing it for you. So it's been built for you. All you have to do is invite people to take a look. And that's where we talk about active promotion. So I'm going to talk about that tonight. When you connect with people on the phone, you ask them about their life and what's going on in their life. And people are going to tell you the pain in their life. They're going to tell you if there's physical things going on in their world, or they're going to tell you if there's financial things going on in their world. Either way, you're going to be able to share AlkaViva with them as an opportunity for that to be a solution to those problems in their life. And when you invite people to take a look at AlkaViva, and you're sending them to your AlkaViva story, I want you to write this down in your notes. It's incredibly important that you set the expectation up front. And some of you will say, well, this is a little different than meeting with someone one-on-one or inviting them to come to my house and watch a DVD, and it is. And it's important that you invite people to these calls powerfully. And so if you're talking to people who are other networkers, you're talking to people who are even brand new, you want to invite them to take a look at the story and even let them know, if they're at all interested in the business, let them know that this is something as a dealer that they'll be able to use as well as share the story. An important point to know. For your notes, I want you to know that every time you send somebody to this website, when you're on the phone with them, inviting them to go to the website, set up that follow-up appointment right away. See, if I connect with Bill and he's interested in learning more about AlkaViva, say, Bill, you know what, there's 2 steps to learning more about AlkaViva. What I'd like you to do is, first off, I have a website I'd like you to go to, and there's a few videos there I'd like you to see that you're going to learn why I'm so excited about what's going on and really why this fits so well for you in your life from what you've been sharing with me. So I'm going to give you a link to a website, and you can go there and see those videos. The second thing that's going to happen is, after you see those videos, I want to introduce you to my business partner that I work with on a 3-way call. You can learn more about our team and meet the people that you'd be collaborating with if we were to work together. It's a 2-step process. So I say, when would you have time to watch the videos? It's a little under 20 minutes long. When would you be able to watch these videos? And Bill would say, well, I could do it later tonight. I'd say, perfect. You can watch it later tonight. I'd say, would you be available at 10 o'clock tomorrow to connect with my business partners? You can meet them as well. You know, I'm inviting them to meet my upline. So when you have these phone conversations, it's important that you set up that not only will there be a presentation, but there will also be a follow-up opportunity, a closing step. If I go back to my slides, it's important that when you connect with people on the phone, and not only do you let them know that there's going to be some videos for them to see, that there's also going to be an opportunity for them to meet your business partner, which is the opportunity for you to close them. Okay, so it's important that you set that up from the beginning. Now, if I'm talking to Bill and inviting him to go to the myAlkaViva story site, there's one of 2 things I'm going to do after I set that follow-up appointment. Okay? Bill is either in front of his computer or he's not in front of his computer right now. Right? When you're talking to people on their phone, they're either in front of their computer doing their work for the day, or they're not in front of their computer and they're in the car with their kids at the park, or they're somewhere else, right? They're either there or they're absent, right? So if Bill's in front of his computer, I'm going to give him my link over the phone. And I'll show you how to do that. You can go to your links, your websites, and right here I have my links for my AlkaViva main capture page and tour site. So mine is ben.alkavivastory.com. Yours is going to be your site name, .alkavivastory.com. You can buy your own domain names if you want and forward them to this web address. This one you're going to use all the time. It'll be easy to give out over the phone. We thought AlkaVivaStory.com would be great to give out on the phone. You can give them your site name first or give it to them at the end. They can go to www.AlkaVivaStory.com/Ben and it'll work, or they can go to ben.AlkaVivaStory.com. Okay, and for you, it'll be your own site name there, not Ben, of course. But if Bill's in front of his computer right now, I'm going to send him here right now to the site. And I'm going to actually walk through filling out the form. I'm going to say, first video I want you to see, there's a video about the kids here on the front. After that, I want you to go ahead and fill out the form because the video on the inside shows you about the technology and what's possible with ultra water inside your life. And so I'm going to walk him through what he's going to do. He's going to fill out the form, right? Now, what if Bill's at the park with his kids, or the dog, right? or what if Bill's in the car driving? He can't write down the link. Well, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to book my follow-up appointment with him, and I'm going to go ahead and let Bill know what he's going to do. I'm going to say, hey, when you go to the website, there's a video with some kids in the front, talk about what's in our water, and then there's a form, and I want you to fill out the form. I'm going to tell him what's going to happen. I want you to fill out the form, because once you fill out the form on the inside, you're going to see a video about the technology and what's possible in your life. And so that's how you invite people and prep them for the site. Now, if Bill's in his car or he's away from the computer and he can't write it down, this is the part that's amazing. I love this from the system. You have a tool called Teleprospect that makes this just absolutely incredible. So I'm going to go to my contacts, add contacts, Teleprospect inside my system. And from right here, I'm going to click, and I'll be able to add Bill to my system and have the system reach out to him automatically. So I'm going to send a message to Bill Drive Awesome here, and here's Bill at bill.com and his phone number. Okay, I'm going to put in his information. So I would do this for the prospect that I'm inviting to take a look at my website. I'm going to put in some notes here after my conversation with him. So I met Bill on Facebook, and he is looking for more income so he can spend more time with his family, right? And so set a follow-up appointment for Monday with Marissa at 5. So I'm going to put in my notes right here. So when I follow up with Bill later, and I'm going to show you that tonight, when I follow up with Bill later, I'm going to automatically remember why he wanted to get started. What was the information he was looking for? And I'll show you how we do that with the system. And I just select an autoresponder. I'm going to put in the Tell a Friend series right here that invites him to go to my website. You can always click here and read what these messages are, but when Bill's driving in his car or he's away from his computer and I'm inviting him to go to the website, I'm going to plug him into Tell a Friend. And this is a system of email that's going to automatically start emailing Bill for me and from me, personal emails from me, inviting Bill to go to my website, and it's giving him the link and it's inviting him to go. It's not just one email as if I would send it myself, but it's a series of emails. And so Bill's going to keep getting these emails from the system, not in a spammy way. He's going to get one, and then 2 days later another, and 3 days later another. But it's going to keep sending them until he fills out the form on the website. I'm going to go ahead and click Add, and Bill's automatically been added to my system, so I can go in and see who's been created last in my system. And there's Bill Drive Awesome. We just added to our system. And here's my notes on Bill. Now, in just a moment, the first email will be sent. It's in the queue, so it's getting sent in the next 2 or 3 minutes right here. And Bill is getting that email. Now, once Bill gets the email, he's going to click, and it's going to send him here to my website. And this is what gets absolutely excellent inside of the system. When Bill goes here and Bill fills out this form on the website, right, he is going to notify me through the system automatically. So when he fills out the form and clicks Get It Now inside of the system, he is going to get sent right here on the inside to learn about the AlkaViva solution. He's going to be able to click and see a number of videos and learn what's possible in his life with AlkaViva. And what's really incredible here is the system knows exactly what Bill is doing while he's here on the inside. So the system just sent me a text message. If I go to my notifications right here, you'll see that before I opted in, I had 3. I'm going to go ahead and refresh and show you I have 4 new prospects because Bill filled out the form on my site and went in. You can see right here, I now have a new prospect who went to my website that I haven't followed up with yet called Bill Awesome. And I can see that he was someone I put into Tell a Friend, and he is now a hot lead because he went on my website. And Bill here is automatically, the emails will have stopped from the first series, and the new ones will have started. Follow-up emails are now going to Bill inside of the system, following up with him in the system. So those Tell a Friend emails that we had earlier here, the Tell a Prospect ones, those stop automatically once he goes to your website, and new ones start going to Bill here inside of the system. So it's absolutely perfect because you get notified right away that they went to the site. So you can send them a text and say, hey, I'm looking forward to meeting with you tomorrow at 10, with Marissa, or whatever that is for your 3-way call after someone goes to your website. Now, because you've set up that appointment right away at the end, you can wait for that appointment to then go ahead and follow up with them. But what's great is when your appointment comes next morning at 10 a.m., you can come in here and click at your notes, and you can see what your notes were. Oh, yeah, I met Bill on Facebook. He was looking for more income. He could spend more time with his family, and I set up a follow-up appointment with Marissa at 5. And then when that meeting comes, I can click a timestamp, and I can say we met with Marissa today. All right, Bill is interested in the machine. And wanted more info on an Athena as an example, right? Or whatever machine Bill was looking for, I can put in my notes and my information right here so I know where he's at in the process. And I can say when I set up my next follow-up appointment with him, sending him more information, and we're reconnecting on Wednesday, right? I can put that in my notes here. So at all times I can see my conversations. I can see what's happened with Bill as I'm following up with him here in the process. Now, these are the basics of what you do every single day to build your business. And then you move on to the next prospect. You literally move people through the process of building your business. Now, what I like to do is I like to create custom categories, and I'm going to take just a moment tonight before we end the call to give you a few advanced tips for custom categories so you can see how I like to personally keep track of the people in my business. So I can show you what I do when I follow up with people. And after that, we'll go ahead and end the call with some action steps. So we're just going to take another 3 more minutes, and we'll go to there. So inside of the system, you can use categories to track people. So I can create a custom category of 3-way call. And so these are people I've had a 3-way call with, right? I can also use custom categories to keep track of what lead generation sources are working the best for me. I can create a prospect category, for instance, for Craigslist. And I can create one for Facebook inside of the system. And it's very simple for me to do this, even for different types of Facebook ads. I can have them here inside of the system. And you'll see right here, when I create categories, the system gives me special little traffic tracker links. So on my website, I realize this little step is a little bit advanced, but I know some of you on the line are leaders and are super advanced like this. Know that your system is powerful enough that if you're doing different ads on Craigslist or different ads on Facebook or different ads in the newspaper or anywhere, promote your business, you can put this little link at the end of your website, your web URL, and when people fill out the form from this link, it's going to automatically put them in the Craigslist category. It's going to automatically put them in the Facebook Red Ad category when this little number is at the end of your link. You use this whole link in those ads. It's going to automatically track for you. That's great because you're going to see which advertising or which methods of you promoting your business are working the best. At the end of the month, you can pull them all up. You can say, well, I got 50 people this month from Craigslist, and I got 20 people this month from the newspaper, but I got 89 people from Facebook. Well, I should spend more time doing that. Right? It'll show you what's working the best for your business. The second thing you can do is you can create categories of where people are at in the buying process, like a 3-way call. I like to have people who are ready to be closed. I call them my closing list, right? Or they need a closing call. They just need that final call. They need to make a decision, right? And I also like to create a list of people for my newsletter list. So they're people who they were interested, but they didn't make a decision yet, and you know what, they're cold now, so I'm just going to throw them on my newsletter list and follow up with them in the future. That's how I use categories to build my business. So let's go back to our example of Bill Dramassen that we followed up with, and Bill be invited to take a look at our business. So when I click on Bill here to follow up with him, it's going to pull up the expanded view of Bill inside of the system. And the first thing I'm going to do when I call Bill, so I'm going to click right here on categories and invite him to the next step. So I might invite him to a three-way call with Marissa to look at the Athena, right? So he was in the three-way call category. After that three-way call with Marissa, I might then just put him in the closing call category because Bill's already been to a three-way call. Time for him to make a decision. I go ahead and just click Save. He's in the closing call category. Okay, as I then go back to notifications, you'll see that my 4 new prospects now went to 3 and went down a number because I've already followed up with him today. And here's this other one. Here's Ben Dixon right here. So I'm following up with Ben. Maybe I'll call this guy. Maybe I forgot to schedule a three-way call with him. So I'll schedule a three-way call with him for tomorrow. Meeting with tomorrow at 5. And I moved him to the three-way call category and click Save. This is what I do every day to build my business, is I go through all of my new prospects. You'll see I have 2 now. So I go down from 2. My final 2. Here's Chuck Norris. I click on Chuck Norris. I'm following up with Chuck. And I'm going to invite Chuck. He's already been to a three-way call. So I'm going to go ahead and invite him to make a closing decision. So I'm going to set up a time to meet with him where he can make a decision about getting started. I click on Closing Call. I take some notes and click Save. So you get the idea of every day you move people to another category. You move them through your list. But I want to show you what you do in your daily habit. So after you do what we just talked about tonight in the last 25 minutes where you invite people through social media passively or you place an ad, and you spend the majority of your time on the phone taking people through the process. Now, the first people you call back right away a lot of times are your new prospects, the ones you haven't followed up with yet that have expressed interest. You invite them to the next step, whether it's a three-way call or a closing call. You get them to that next step in the process. And then what you do is you just go to your contact manager, and you start with the people who are ready to get started now, and you follow up from the back. Let me go ahead and pull up my quick view, my contact manager. You'll see right here, I can then click Show Categories. I went Contacts, Quick View, where we went for everyone who's watching. And we'll click Show Categories. And I start with the people who are ready to make a decision now, right? Those would be my closing call candidates, right? So every day, after I follow up with my new leads and do my prospecting, I'm going to go spend time with my people who are ready to make a decision now. Closing call. Click View, and it pulls them up in the system. There they are. These 2 people, Chuck Norris and Bill Dramassen, they're ready to make a decision. They've expressed interest in a machine. They've expressed interest in better health and better wealth and a better life for themselves and their family. And I've gotten them all the information they require. Time for me to give them a call and invite them to get started. Okay, if you're brand new to the business and that sounds like a scary idea to you, go there with your mentor, right? Invite your mentor to come with you and help them make a decision about getting started. Okay? Closing call. After I follow up with my people who are in my closing call category, I back it up and go to my three-way call people, right? I click View and pull up all the people that have been invited to a three-way call. If I've already had that three-way call and I forgot to follow up with them, I then take them to the next step, to a closing call, right? If they fall off the radar and stop returning my phone calls, I move them to a my newsletter list that I have inside of the system, and I can move them to that list inside of the system. And if I have more time at the end of the day after I've followed up closing call people and the three-way call people, I then spend time calling through the people on my newsletter list, just reconnecting with them, finding out what's going on in their life, reading the notes about them, and calling them again, and just dripping more information on them as the system is. And that's what I do every day to build my business. Now, what's so important about this contact manager, when we got into the technical part here, and I showed you this, is it creates pure accountability. I realize we went a little late tonight on this part, but it's really important to understand that you can decide what kind of business you want to have. and this is the point I really want to leave you with tonight, you can choose to have an AlkaViva hobby or an AlkaViva business. And I can't choose for you. Bill can't choose for you. Marissa can't choose for you. Jay can't choose for you. You have to choose. Is it going to be an AlkaViva hobby or an AlkaViva business? And the difference is in how you operate. What's your daily procedure? In that you actually treat your business like a business. See, I have a commitment that every person that I connect with, I put into my contact manager. So I put them through my process.